there are two types of variation: location variation and spread variation. This is very, very important to understand. Okay? These are all some fundamentals, and these are all some common sense logics. Okay. Repeatability and reproducibility is something we have been telling again and again. Repeatability is one person doing again and again and not able to repeat. It's a repeatability problem. I'm not able to repeat what I said or what I told. Reproducibility is the same thing. When different people does, it's different. That's called reproducibility. We are not able to reproduce the same reading. That's fine. But what is a bias? Suppose, I'll give you an example. If I go to a weighing machine to take my weight, and already it is not in 0, it is already in 1 kg. What does that mean? It means that it has got a calibration issue. It is already showing 1 kg. So if I'm actually 50 kg, if I stand on the machine, how much would I weigh? How much the reading it would show? 51, right? That's called as a bias. Stability is the ability of the measurement equipment to produce consistent or the same reading for the same part under different conditions. It should not happen that, my gauge, when it is a cold season, it is showing a different reading. When it's a summer season, it's showing a different reading. Or when I measure inside the lab, which is under AC, air condition, it is showing a different reading. When I take it outside, it's showing a different reading. Okay, that's called stability issue. Linearity means the ability of the measuring in equipment to be able to show the correct reading across its range. For example, if the machine is capable of weighing 0 to 100 kgs, if I measure 100 parts with 1 kg also, it should be able to show a good reading. And if I measure parts in the range of 95 to 100 also, it should be able to show the reading. So that's called linearity. Sometimes what happens, certain measurement equipments, what they have, in the center reading, they'll be consistent. But when you measure higher weights, it'll be a little inconsistent. That's called as a linearity issue. So we said bias is the difference between observed, mean, and the actual value. That's what I gave an example of equipment, which is the weighing scale, which is already having a 1 kg fluctuation. Okay. Stability is measurements do not change over time or situations. I measure here, I measure there, I measure in the first shift, I measure in the second shift, right? And this is something that you should understand. Linearity. How many of you have seen in your fuel that suddenly your petrol is vanished? It will be showing that, okay, it is having sufficient petrol, and suddenly the petrol will get exhausted, right? That means in the lower scale, when the petrol is, say, the fuel tank capacity, let's say it's 10 liters, okay? When the petrol in the tank is somewhere between 5 liters to 10 liters, very consistent. It shows exactly good points. But as it comes down, when the petrol is, because the petrol will be shaking, right? So it will not be able to detect whether it is 1 liter or half liter or what. So it depends upon that floating. Yeah, because of that. So it will not be showing a accurate reading when it is less than 1 liter or 2 liters. You should not forget BSL, the bias, stability, and linearity. These are all location variation. And spread variation is what is repeatability and reproducibility, ability to consistently repeat the same result from multiple measurements of the same item by the same person using the same tool under the same circumstances. Okay? And reproducibility is ability to consistently reproduce the same result across multiple individuals. They are called appraisers, measuring the same item using the same tool under the same conditions.